Hello, welcome to Kaizen Snow Guide. In this video, we'll be going over everything you need to know about how to tune your snowboard edges for the first time. We'll be covering the list of tools, what base and side bevel means, how to remove rust, sharpen your edges, and detuning. Let's get right into it. As for the list of tools, you'll need a pair of snowboard vices to hold your board upright while sharpening. You will also need a microfiber cloth or paper towel for cleaning your edges, a gummy stone for removing rust, and diamond stones for sharpening. Diamond stones come in different grit ratings, which basically means how coarse or fine the surface of the diamond stone is. Here I have a 200 grit, which is coarse, and a 400 grit, which is medium. Finally, we have the diamond stone guide, which is for holding the edge angle while you're sharpening. Now you might be wondering, what is an edge angle? Your snowboard metal edge has two surfaces. One runs along the side, called the side edge, and the other runs along the base, called the base edge. Your base edge doesn't sit exactly flush with the base. It's factory produced at an angle called the base angle or the base bevel. It's the same for your side edge. It's not exactly perpendicular to the base. It's also factory produced at an angle called the side angle, or more commonly known as the side bevel. Here's the diagram of a snowboard's cross-section to better illustrate side and base bevel. To recap, your base bevel is how much your base edge is angled away from the base, and it ranges from 0.5 to 1.5 degrees. The most common is 1 degree. As for the side bevel, there are two conventions to describe it. One is degrees away from the base, and the other one is degrees away from vertical. And they can be used interchangeably. So a 89-degree side bevel is the same as 1 degree side bevel, because 89 degrees away from the base is the same as 1 degree away from the vertical. The side bevel typically ranges from 89 to 85 degrees, or 1 to 5 degrees. For beginners, I recommend sharpening your edges at the factory-produced angle. To find the factory bevel of your board, you just need to look it up online. For Burton boards, they generally come at a 1 degree base bevel and an 89-degree side bevel. As you can imagine, it's pretty much impossible to hold the diamond stone at the factory angle freehand. That's why you need the edge guide to help you. For beginners, I recommend only tuning your side edge and not your base edge, because it's pretty hard to tune your base edge properly since the angles are so small. Okay, now let's get into the actual tuning. First, get a cup of water and soak your diamond stones in the cup. We'll be using that later. Next, clean your edges. Make sure there's no dirt and grime, because you don't want to clog your tools with dirt. If you have rust on your edges, you also need to remove them before sharpening. To remove your rust, wet your gummy stone and rub it against the rust. For more details on rust removal, check out my video in the description. After you're done, it's time to sharpen your edge. You only need to sharpen your effective edge, which is the section between the two widest parts of your board. Start with the 200 grit diamond stone. Put the diamond stone in your edge guide. Adjust it to the factory angle. For my board, it's 89 degrees. Wet your edge with a wet paper towel. Place the tool correctly on the edge. Make sure the glide plate is flush against the base. Careful not to tilt it like this, and don't hold it against the top sheet. Hold it flush against the base like this. Start at the contact point, which is the widest part of your board. Work your way through the entire effective edge. Apply even pressure by moving with your diamond stone. Wipe away the metal shavings off of your edge after each pass. The 200 grit diamond stone is used for removing stubborn rust that couldn't be removed by gummy stones, and it also removes dings and burrs you get from hitting a rock. Those will feel like slight bumps while you're moving through the effective edge. Make about 5 passes. After 5 passes, move on to the medium grit diamond stone. Change the diamond stone in your guide to medium grit. Wet your edge and repeat the process. The medium grit diamond stone can smooth out your edge and make it sharper. Make about 3 passes and you're good. If you want your edge extra sharp, you can move on to the high grit diamond stone. But for recreational riders, going to a medium grit is good enough. To test if your edge is sharp enough, you can use the fingernail test. Simply drag your fingernail across the edge. If it shaves off a bit of your nail, then it's sharp enough. As you can see here, this edge is pretty sharp, so now it's time to move on to the other edge. Wipe your edge clean and dry. Flip it over. Wet your edge. Start with the coarse diamond stone and repeat the same thing you did for the other edge. To recap, apply even pressure, walk with your diamond stone guide, and wipe after each pass. After 5 passes, move on to the medium grit and do 3 passes. Good job! Now that your edges are nice and sharp, wipe both edges clean and dry. Then brush the metal shavings off of your diamond stones. You may also heard of detuning, which is basically using a file to dull parts or the entire effective edge of your board. But I don't recommend doing this for beginners because detuning is usually done by advanced riders to tune their board for their specific riding style. There you have it. Everything you need to know about how to tune your snowboard edges. The tools I used are listed in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.